Hi, everybody. Welcome to University 101 Instructor Training, Course Technologies D2L. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the components of D2L, identify how to navigate through it, and identify some recommendations when using it. So first of all, go to d2l.arizona.edu, log in using your institutional account information. And once you land there, you have all your courses. So make sure to choose the corresponding term you're working on. And after that, make sure to choose your D2L site. There you have this set of tabs: course home, content, grades, class list, UA tools, library tools, course admin. We're going to focus on the first part of them because it's the one you're going to use the most, given that this course is pre-designed, is preset, so you don't have to create anything new. You will be taught how to import D2L shell, but right now we are going to focus on a kind of tour. So here you are in the landing page and you have the announcement section. So the announcement is something that is a place where you can communicate with your students, but just make sure that your students have the notifications on, D2L notifications on. Otherwise, you're going to post and they're not going to realize that you have posted something. Also, there you're going to find the calendar section. The calendar section is super important because all our classes, assignments, and projects are listed there along the semester. It's already preset, so the dates are already there, the due dates, the readings, etc. Then, if we click on content, we're going to land on this new page in which you have table of contents and several modules. So both of them are the same if you choose table of content, or if you choose each individual module, you're going to have the same view. Just make sure to be consistent so you cannot get lost. If we choose start here, for example, in start here, we have a description of the module and also a set of links. So you have course syllabus, which is a web page within D2L, university syllabus policies, which is a link that takes the student to some other place for information, a web page, meet your instructor that are going to update, and also the textbook link that is an open educational resources that you will know later, or you already know. A specific course technology that is hidden, that's why they cannot see it, but it's part of the shell, academic support, technology resources, etc. If you can notice, all the modules are already free. So, but we're going to work in a weekly basis. So just make sure to remind your students to don't get overwhelmed because we already have specific assignments for specific weeks. So they don't have to stress out. Course syllabus, as I mentioned. Now, if we focus, let's go to a week. What is a common week or a standard week on University 101? So in this one, you have the title of the week, making sense of previous learning. For example, you have a short description, and also they have a start here week 2 overview. We highly recommend our students to be sequential when using D2L because that's why it's organized in such a way. If you notice, there is also some descriptions of the links we provide, and there is another extra tab with the readings, as we will notice in a moment. It is important to them to go in a step-by-step process just because for the reflections, they will require to have done the readings first. And also there is a due date. Although it's a due date to check it out, we have it there as the due dates for submitting any assignment. So here you have the readings, as I mentioned. They are linked with the open educational resource document we have, that is the Wildcard Perspectives. And what is particular from these readings is that we link the specific chapter they have to read prior class. And also they have a due date. They have the title of the reading, etc. Then the week 2 has a reflection, so which is an assignment, and it has a due date. So they have the prompt questions, and also we encourage them to check the weekly reflection guidelines, because it's not just to submit a simple, not detailed reflection, but a thoughtful contribution to themselves. Also, if you notice, this one is just particular from my D2L side, because I share my materials that I create and I use for my classes. But if you create any materials you want to share with your students, totally fine. Yeah, you post it in the corresponding weeks. Also, if you want to add some extra links, extra readings that are not required as an assignment, but it's something that you want to share with them, it's totally fine. Also, if we go to grades, we have, again, a table with grade item, type, association, maximum points, and weight. In this one, the grades, you have to focus on managed grades, because this one is the one if you want to, the one you want to use if you want to grade a specific assignment. If you are in a specific week, just choose the specific reflection week you want to work on, for example, the participation, etc. And make sure to update in a weekly basis your grades and the feedback you provide them with. The assignments are connected with the reflections they have in the module, so they only have to submit it there, and we can see their submissions here in enter grades, in assessment, and you are going to provide feedback. Once you click on the assessment and you see the submission, the feedback and the numbers you see here are going to appear. You can have a panoramic view. If you click on grades, enter grades, you have all the semester grades, even if there is no grades there. But if you want to come back and regrade any assignment, or if there is any late submission, according to your own policies, this is panoramic again, and you have to click here, and you're going to end up in the same location as in grades. So two ways to do the same. If we go to the tab called class list, in this one, you're going to have your students' emails. So in this one, you may want to select all and send an email if you want to provide any information, general information. And you can also notice when was the last access they have within the platform. Mostly, or it should be access at least the prior class to notice that they are prepared, but some of them can do the readings in advance or submitting in advance, so there is no problem there, but just keeping track this. If you see that a student hasn't access in a while, just send them an email using class list. Also, make sure that when you are using the class list version, to expand the view to more than 20 per page, put 50. We only have 25 maximum, but just in case, because it can be split into pages, and maybe if you send an email, you are going to send just for half of the class. Some recommendation when using D2L. So there are going to be step-by-step instructions for importing University 101 shells that will provide within the instructor training sessions. Also, encourage your students to explore D2L and get familiarized with university course structure, like the weekly assignments, the structure of start here, and the reflections, etc. And class communication. This one takes place in the classroom through individual general emails and or D2L announcements, as well as individual and general feedback you provide them with on their assignments, and via Trellis progress report. And make sure to encourage to develop the habit of checking their emails D2L site twice per day to be informed. Just because this one is a weekly class, 1 hour class weekly, in a weekly basis, so maybe they forget to do their assignments on time, etc. So they can keep an eye on that. And make sure that when you are using D2L within your classroom and you are sharing you are projecting or sharing your screen, don't share D2L UNIV 101 grades info with your or in your class because it's private information. And that's all. Thank you so much for your attention.